What's up guys, and welcome to Maso Hendo Plays. Today we have another re-upload of a video game I played on my previous channel, Mason the Brock Henderson. While I'm still working on moving my backlog of videos over to this one, I will continue to upload current Let's Plays on that channel. I also do reviews of TV shows and movies on that channel, and if you want to see me talk soccer, you can check out my other channel, Blues and Stripes. But to try to get caught up as quickly as possible, I'll be uploading 2 videos per day until we get caught up to the present series that I'm on. But with all that being said, let's get to the video. What's up guys, Mason the Brock Henderson here with some more Final Fantasy XVI. Last time out we did quite a bit. We went and took on Ultima with Joshua, managed to defeat him, but then he tried to take over Clive's mind, to which Joshua managed to help him out and get him out of there, and then they fused into Ifrit Risen again, and did a damaging blow to Ultima, but of course not the fatal one, because we're not there yet. And then Ultima seemingly summoned possibly the Fallen back, and created one more giant mother crystal in the sky, which actually don't even, is it visible from here? So apparently it's not visible from where I am currently, but yep, this giant crystal here, which I'm assuming is going to be the final battle considering how close we are to the end. However, when we finally discussed this with our teammates and what we're going to do next, all these side quests popped up, so that's a majority of what I did last time, and it's probably going to be the majority of what I do at the beginning of this video. What's very interesting is the Rising of the Tide DLC just dropped, and I actually got a notification when I got into the game about that. Now I have purchased both Echoes of the Fallen and Rising of the Tide, but I haven't downloaded it as far as I know, and yet clearly there's been some changes, because you'll notice that is no longer an exclamation point above this guy's head. It's now a treasure chest symbol. I don't know what that means. I also saw that I guess the new update raised Clive's max level from 50 to 60, so I actually was very close to getting Clive to his max level, because I am at level 48. Very interesting that 50 was the cap, at least in action mode. Final Fantasy mode, I don't really know what that is, but apparently the cap was, I think, 100, and now it's 110. Don't really understand that. Yeah, it's looking like we're getting to the end here. Now, I am going to try to finish the rest of the story in this recording session. I'm probably going to wait to decide about the DLC until next recording session. Again, part of my problem is I really want to get into Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because I'm trying my best to avoid any sort of spoilers about it. And I know the longer that I wait to play it, the more chance I'll get of being spoiled on it. I'm thinking I might hold off on the DLC for this game until later on down the line. Maybe after I finish Rebirth, I'll come back to this, but I'm not sure. I'm gonna see how this game wraps up, and from there we'll make our decision. But that being said, like I said, starting off, we're going to knock out all of these side quests and any more hunts that might pop up, and then we will.
Has what Gav needs.
Okay, and then we will get into the final story quest. Traveling trader.
Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not. Though you're not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo near some gutted hovel not far from Eastpool. Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
That's right, so this side quest is about, I think we needed to get something for Edda and her baby, so that's, I believe, what we're doing. It says there's still a quest destination nearby. Oh, looks like there's something new to buy here. Oh. Oh, okay. This is probably from the DLC. So where it all began, blood beats black, and then enter the oratrix. So I probably won't listen to these, even though I'll buy them.
There you go.
Just because they'll probably be
Much obliged.
new music.
There you go.
That I'll hear whenever I try out the DLC. Oh, there's a lot more. Homecoming.
Much obliged.
Heaven's Bound.
Thanks very much.
Bastion.
There you go.
Bow.
Thanks very much.
Away.
Much obliged.
Winter's Bound.
There you go.
Press on.
Thanks very much.
Find the Flame.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm assuming these are all DLC music. Or Maybe it's music that wasn't available before that they made available with the DLC. Do I have any valuables to sell? I do. Only 8,000.
That all, is it?
That is all. Okay, where's this quest destination, though? Oh, here we go. Inquisitive Merchant.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Vicerine.
Maybe another time. I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them much, nor their bows.
A little snort.
If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
I was wondering if I was going to be fighting the Silver Chocobo, because I do still need, I think, 1 Orichalcum to finish Gatodamarung as a sword. So I wondered if that was going to be where the story was headed, but now it seems, since they're endangered, I don't think I'll be fighting it, because why would I want to kill something that's so rare? Okay, here we go. Grocer.
Can I help you with summit?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravings of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon's Ride. It sounds almost too good to be true. But since I'm already here...
And since I'm right here, let's pet Torval. Or give him a treat. Good boy. I'm also gonna pet you too, because you know. Oop. Can I? What? Thank you.
Where would I be without you?
Give him a little belly scratch. Alright, I'm happy now. Where am I going? Also, is he? He's still the same. I thought this was something that would increase throughout the story, but it feels like this has been stuck on the same pedigree and same lifting attack for who knows how long. Alright, so I kept saying that I was going to try these off camera, and I never did. But since there's one right here, I'm probably not going to show the whole battle, because again, it's pretty straightforward, just fighting and trying to do as much of the things that give me more time as possible. But this one is trial by fire. Within this ancient menhir awaits a harrowing trial in which Clive must race to overcome a host of deadly foes, wielding the blessing of but a single icon, the Phoenix. We'll try it, just to see. I think I understand a bit better how to handle this. So I might show the final battle of this, and hopefully I can complete it, and then we can see what I get for it. Alright, so yeah, that was stupid. I honestly don't even know what happened in the first one, because it said I needed to do 2... I don't remember what it's called. Alright, I'm gonna find the actual ability name real quick. So, Phoenix Shift, right, you got the one... That's the square move. The triangle move, it said to do 2 of those, which I did. On aerial enemies, which I did. Didn't give me either of them. And then the magic burst, it said to do 10 of these, and I did plenty of them. I didn't actually count. I know I did as many as I possibly could. I was like, you know, I've probably done enough. I think I could stop now. It didn't give me either of those. So I ended up going kind of underprepared for the next one. And I felt like I was already kind of on the losing end of it. So yeah, it was not great, unfortunately. Alright, so quest destination. What am I looking for?
Tracks.
Oh.
They're not left by bandits for a change.
This way? What's going on here?
More tracks. And these look fresh.
Ah,
Chocobo was here. And recently. Perhaps it still is.
hiding out in the building. Mr. Chocobo, I'm home. Oh, it's a silver feather.
Well, I'll be damned.
Well, we didn't get to see it, but next best thing. Oh, never mind. We might get to see it.
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change their minds.
All right. Cool. Oh. Quick complete. Okay, this is new. After completing the main objective of some quest, you may be given the option to quick travel to the quest's final destination. If you see a prompt in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, hold down the option button to immediately travel to the NPC eagerly awaiting your return. Of course, this option is not mandatory and you are free to ignore it. It can also be completely disabled via the game settings on the system tab in the main menu. So it seems like they've added some quality of life updates, which I kind of like. If I weren't recording this, I would probably really appreciate it. First, before we head back to Gav, we're going to go to Dalmekia, because we got a lot of stuff to do here. So I think we'll start over here in Bucklad. Also check the shop. I don't know if all these shops have the same new thing in them, but I'll probably check it to see. What's
are you looking for?
new here? The Breath of Darkness. I'm not really using darkness stuff,
Farewell.
but I appreciate the sentiment. Okay, here we go. We actually have a better view, slightly better view. It's kind of obfuscated by the clouds, but there it is. The giant crystal. I really don't know how this is all going to wrap up. Because, I mean, I have theories based on other games that I've played. I have theories about, you know, sacrificing for Joshua and Clive, since they're kind of the ones that are necessary, I think, to fulfill Ultima's goal. So if they weren't around, you wouldn't be able to. I will say it's kind of... This game has both lived up to my expectations and also subverted my expectations in some way. Because I think... I mean, after the first couple of videos, I was very much expecting this to be a very solemn, everybody dies type of game. And to some extent, it has been that. You know, we've lost Sid, we lost a couple of people at the hideaway. Benedicta had a very sad story before it came to an end. Even some of the side quests have ended very sad, with like Theodore here dying and becoming a Kashik. So it's been pretty sad at times, but I wouldn't say that it's been as sad as I was expecting at some other points. Like, I think about, I really expected Jill to die at some point. Also expected Byron to die at some point. Dion, I expected to die once I got his powers, but he's still here. So it's like there are certain things that were sad, but then other things I feel like they could have been sadder, so I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know what to expect now for the end. Like, maybe it will still be a very somber, sad end, or maybe it will all work out for the better.
It can't be Rutherford, can it?
Rutherford? Isn't that Byron's butler?
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you! If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Ah.
Allow me.
I don't need your... Please, Field Marshal, oblige him.
This won't take long.
Calm down, Eugen. I've got him.
You're right. It won't.
I know I'm right.
Men, finish him.
Okay. So let me just do this. that. No problem. Go ahead and do this. Burn everybody real quick. Alright. Who's left? This guy. Go ahead and bring him up here with me. Oh, you tried. You tried. But, you failed. Silly. You silly boys. You can't handle me. Anyways.
A little longer than I'd have liked.
Honestly, yeah. I would have liked to kill him with the first ability. That would have been really funny.
Field Marshal Havel, I presume. Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic.
But who do they...
It's a fucking disgrace.
Who do they turn their allegiance to, though?
Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question. What do you stand to gain from all this?
Money!
I won't deny that I might benefit from further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right.
Of course he was.
You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words, well, we will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
Me?
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either.
Yeah, admittedly, Clive's not the
And
greatest
I have
with
other
words.
problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Trying to think who that would
Is
be.
that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Beggars can't be choosers. I suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well. Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
Is he... I'm trying to think who he's talking about.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No,
Is he talking about Otto?
This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quentin.
Oh,
I hope I can convince him at least.
interesting. He was not the first one that came to mind. Alright, before we go talk to Quentin, we will continue on here. It looks like there is something new to buy at the other three shops here. Let's head to the Dalimil Inn. Probably going to see the finale for Lubor's story as well, since they're talking about running him out of town. Alright, what do we got here at the shop? Breath of Darkness Rift Slip. I'm guessing all of these have... Oh, apparently this one also has a ton of new orchestrating rolls.
My thanks. An excellent choice.
Alright, all those purchased. With that in mind, actually, let me check something real quick. Yeah, I'm willing to bet that there are new orchestrating rolls to buy at that shop as well. Oh boy. Alright, Lubor. What are you gonna do now that you've been outed as a bearer?
Here to help me pack? Thanks, but I'll be traveling light. I'm almost finished already, in fact.
You're really going to go through with this then?
I am. But before I go, there is one small issue I'd like your assistance with. Well, two, in fact.
If it's within my power to help you, I will.
It's the children. I refuse to let them share in my disgrace. And if I leave them here, they surely will. Our friendship would see them ostracized forever. But I can't take them with me either. I can think of only one place where they are certain to be safe and provided for and loved. The Hideaway.
Interesting. Of course.
Of course. The children would be more than welcome.
Thank you, Clive. I will not forget this.
Lubor, are you still here?
What is it, Ferda? You look pale.
There's been a flood in the Velcroy, a damn big one. The League of Outlaws encampment was completely submerged in ether.
What?
Every last one of the bastards has turned, and they're headed this way.
Bandits are one thing, but Akashic bandits are quite another. The town guard won't stand a chance against them. We need to evacuate. There's no time to lose. Ferda, gather the men. The Akashic may strike at any moment. We must make ready to cover the townspeople's escape. Well, what are you waiting for?
Yes, my lord.
Clive, change of plan. The children stay with me for now. I need you to find Conrad and Natalie. Tell them to prepare for a full and immediate evacuation.
Understood.
I'll do what I can to convince everyone else. Wish me luck.
Good luck. Lines in the Sand 2. Alright. Hey, you idiots! Come with me if you want to live! Where are they? Ah, they're hanging out in here. Conrad! Natalie! You have to listen!
Ah, it's you.
What do you want, Lord Underhill?
To pass on an important message. There's been an ether flood out in the Velcroy. The camp where the so-called League of Outlaws were gathering has been swallowed. They're no longer just bandits. They're Akashic now, and they could be here at any moment. You need to begin preparing for a full-scale evacuation right away.
Oh, do we? And who was it who gave you this disturbing news?
Yeah, I kind of figured they were gonna...
Lubor, perhaps?
Yeah.
The man spreading the same poison out in the square as we speak. You may believe his lies, my lord, but we know better.
But why would he lie about something like this?
Some twisted attempt at revenge, perhaps. If he had not been unmasked, he may well have been elected our leader. A great honor for one of his kind. One he might well feel aggrieved at having been denied.
Lord Underhill, forgive me, but it has become all too evident where your sympathies lie. Lubor cannot be trusted, and neither, therefore, can you.
You may not trust me, But for the sake of your people, ask yourselves if there is any chance that this is true.
There isn't. You can be certain of that. Now be off with you.
Yeah, I mean, just let him die at this point.
You're making a mistake.
Yeah, they are. It's fine. In fact,
Clive. If our words will not move them, then we must find another way to help save the town.
I say at this point,
Let's speak to Lord Verda.
I say just send Conrad and Natalie out there. Just be like, hey, if it's not true, come back and tell us it's not true. If it is true, they'll die. You know, like, it's just so stupid because everything that they've done before now has helped save this town. And so it's just suddenly because, oh, he's a bearer, like, all that past stuff that he did to help save the town isn't true anymore.
And you're lying now.
God. Like, it really is. Like, I know what they're trying to show. They're trying to show this, you know, how discrimination is bad and all that, but it's just done to such a ridiculous extent that is almost frustratingly stupid.
Sid, what's wrong? I went to warn Conrad and Natalie about the Akashic, but they wouldn't listen. They've convinced themselves that nothing Lubor says can be trusted. The bloody fools. Which means the town guard can't be counted on for support. But I can. If there's anything I can do to help you defend Dalimil, you only have to ask.
I appreciate it.
Sid! Verda! I've been looking for you everywhere.
Victor? I thought you'd left.
I couldn't abandon a friend in need. And Lubor is in need at this very moment. Come quickly.
You have to believe me. The Akashic are coming. They don't eat, they don't sleep, they don't tire, and they don't care who they kill. They're unlike anything that's come before. There won't be no parley, no mercy granted. We may have saved the town once, but this is different. I do not ask that you forgive me, but please believe me. If you do not run, you will die. You will all fucking die!
Yeah, I don't know.
You'd like that, wouldn't you, bearer?
Yeah, with us out of the way, your kind will be free to claim Dalimil for yourselves.
It's you who should run!
Run, bearer!
Yeah, run!
Run!
Far, far away!
Run!
Just go, bearer!
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes! Go!
Come on, then.
Go on! Go!
Just go. Just go.
Lubor. Wait. Someone's coming.
Go. Come on!
Stop! You're hurting him!
Oh yeah, now you're hitting kids? Yeah, assholes.
What did Lubor ever do to you? He solves all your stupid problems, and he keeps all of you safe. You know there's nothing he wouldn't do for this town. Who was it who made that cleaver you use every day, Conrad?
And what about your counting table, Natalie? Who fixed that?
Whose men make sure the streets are clean so all your boots don't get dirty?
Who spends all day, every day making sure things run smoothly round here? And none of you ever say thank you. Ever.
But did Lubor ever complain? Well, does he ever stop smiling?
He keeps this whole place going. And you act like he doesn't even exist.
Oh, I don't know what to say anymore.
Lubor, we've heard enough.
Wait!
We will not run. The town guard will not abandon the very place it is sworn to protect.
And I will not give up for lost the stores that we labored so hard to fill.
So tell us, how do you propose we deal with these Akashic of yours?
We won't run, but we will fight.
All right, then. Fine. Gather round if you don't want to die.
Allow me to explain the situation. The ether flood occurred near the village of Cheratina, deep in the Velcroy. The place had been abandoned for years, until the League of Outlaws decided to make it their base of operations. Now they're all turned, and if the scouts' reports are correct, heading in this direction.
They are mindless monsters, driven only by hate and rage, and they are utterly unpredictable. With the bandits, we at least knew how and where they were likely to attack. When these creatures come, Dalimil will have the bitterest fight it has ever faced on its hands. The town guard will muster at the north gate. The rest of us will take the south. Both forces will provide men to serve as scouts and messengers, ready to spread word of the size and nature of the Akashic force as soon as it is spotted. And as soon as it has been, we will converge on its position and see that it is driven back from Dalimil at all costs. Conrad, can I count on the support of the town guard?
Always.
I leave the selection and coordination of the messengers in your hands, Victor. And the command of our men in yours, Ferda. If you would both be so kind.
Consider it done.
As you wish.
Natalie, I would ask that you and your people have the townsfolk barricade themselves inside the bathhouse. And tell the merchant not to waste time securing anything beside the essentials. Preserving life is our one and only concern. As long as we survive, it doesn't matter what trinkets we might lose. Our riches can be regained. And if anyone doubts that, let it be known that the Briar's Kiss stands ready to cover any losses.
Very well. I shall tell them.
Where do I fit into this plan?
We're gonna kill all of them.
Where else but the most perilous place of all? I would like you to travel to the home of our erstwhile League of Outlaws, Cheratina itself. The main host is most likely still there, and Dalimil will not be safe until it is eradicated, root and branch.
A little gardening. How pleasant.
Great way to talk about it.
I have a feeling these weeds will be particularly stubborn.
Luckily, so am I.
And I'm ready.
So you are. All right then, we all know what we have to do. Now it's simply a matter of doing it. For Dalimil.
Yeah, I'll admit, this storyline, it's... First of all, it's kind of predictable.
Looks like everyone's ready.
But...
I'd better not keep them waiting.
It's... I don't know. It just wasn't all that interesting to me. Alright, so we can actually head out here to this obelisk. Yeah, there's just... I don't know. Again, it feels like they're trying to make a point about, oh, discrimination is bad. Obviously. You know? I've had this issue with some of the shows that I watch whenever they try to make a point about something like this. I don't know. They just made the villagers a little too stubborn and stupid to the point where it's just frustrating.
The flood. But what's waiting for us inside?
I figured it would take something like this to get the townspeople to trust him again. But at least we got a cutscene for it, unlike Quentin's story where everything just sort of happened off screen. So there is that.
Alive.
How dare you?
To me, slaves!
Let's see. Whoop. Oh no, that's not. Did I hit all of them? Yeah, I did. I didn't hit this guy really.
Nice try.
All right. I am angry. It's like we're not going to get back the big ones yet. It's fine, we'll do this. Probably should have done this from the start, actually.
Another down.
All right. It wasn't clean, but it was somewhat quick.
The League is disbanded. I should get back to Dalimil and see how the others fared.
If I had to guess, I would say that somebody important has died. I don't know who. If everybody made it out okay, then it would be really uninteresting. Some time later. Everybody's fine. Okay, yeah, this is
All the Akashic we were able to find
been very
have been
boring.
dealt with. Seems that might be the last of them.
Last of them here, perhaps.
Lubo, Sir Clive has returned.
Almost called him Sid in front of these people.
What news from Charatina?
It's done. Root and branch.
I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Thank you, my lord.
Friends, the Horde has been driven back. The Akashic have been defeated.
Oh, we're not friends,
We
Zubor.
need not fear the arrival of any more, thanks to Clive. Victory is ours.
We bloody did it.
We saved Dalimil.
And without your help, Lubor.
Lubor,
That would be
Allow me to
hilarious if that's actually what they did.
after all you have done for this town, we should never have doubted you.
Oh, you think?
But we did. And for that we are truly sorry. We only hope that you can forgive us.
We need you, Lubor. Dalimil needs you. So, if you would still like to be considered for the position of mayor, you have our backing.
You do remember that I'm a bearer, don't you?
We do. But that is not a stain on your character. It is a stain on ours. We thought only of what we perceived bearers to be, not what you truly are. The man who saved Dalimil twice over.
I see. But I will only accept your proposal on 2 conditions.
Name them.
Firstly, that you will both do everything in your power to rally your people to my cause. If the Town Guard and the Merchants League do not accept my leadership, it will be doomed from the start. Unity is the key to defending Dalimil, and I do not doubt that we shall need to call on our combined strength again. When that time comes, I will expect us all to pull together, just as we did today.
Of course. You have our word.
And secondly, you will accept that if I am to lead you, the mistreatment of bearers must end here in Dalimil. Any bearer within our walls shall be afforded the same rights as any other citizen. They will not be judged by what they are, but who they are.
As we failed to do, and came so close to losing everything.
We agree to your conditions. And we have only one in return. That you continue to work for the good of Dalimil, as you always have.
Condition accepted. Well then, it seems my mayorship is all but confirmed. Do I get some sort of special hat?
Congratulations on your victory, Lubor.
Fickle fate can be. Not so long ago, I had resigned myself to leaving Dalimil in disgrace. And now, I find myself her leader. Here. For everything.
It's the Briar's Kiss signboard.
Lubor. About the children.
Fear not, you are of course relieved of your responsibility. I would sooner face another horde of Akashic than see them brought up as outlaws. I'll make sure they're safe here.
I don't doubt that you will. And not just the children, but everyone in Dalimil.
I'll do my best. Can't have all your hard work going to waste.
Where are we going? Oh. Okay. Quest complete. I don't know what that shot was supposed to be. Just, oh, the kids. Look at them. Aren't they cute? I don't know. Yeah, it was a rather uninteresting finale. Not that I need every single side quest to come to an end in like a sad or bittersweet ending. But man, I mean, that was just sugary sweet. Everything worked out okay. Everybody's all good. Nobody died. Everybody's happy. Lubor gets what he wants. Kids get what they want. I mean, it's way too cookie cutter, I guess, of an ending. Because I feel like a couple of things I personally thought of as I'm playing through it that I think could have really amplified this story and actually added some weight to it. Again, maybe have where the people don't believe Lubor in time. And so because of that, their own stubbornness gets some people killed. Because maybe a few Akashics show up and kill some people. Something like that. Something to punish them a bit for their stubbornness. Because in the end, there's no real consequence for how badly they treated him, and when he was trying to warn them how just awful they were to him. You know, it's just, oh, they hit the kids with the stones, and they're like, oh crap, we're now throwing stones at kids, maybe we're the bad guys. And then the kids just say some words, and they're like, all right, yeah, now we believe you, Lubor. I just personally feel like that story, how it was set up, how everything was building up, it felt like it was going to lead towards a bit more of a difficult or bittersweet type of end, and instead everything just worked out perfectly. And I think that might be the first story that has, as far as I can think of. I mean, I guess what happened in Northreach is kind of similar. The guy who was trying to be the Duke, and then Sabine, you know, they sort of turned around a little too easily, and everybody learned to work together and all that. But it still felt like there was a lot of difficulty even in that moment. I'll stop complaining now. Just move on. Alright, now we're in Dravost. Gonna talk to the shopkeeper in here, and then there's a quest that's nearby that we will take on. Hello, merchant.
Would you like to see my wares?
I would. I really, really would. Breath of Darkness, Dancing Steel. So yeah, I think that's the new thing that was added in all of these shops, is just the pendants and accessories to lessen the time, or I think all of them so far have been to lessen the time of Odin's attacks.
Here we are again. Karava. If you were a tortoise, Torgor, where would you hide?
Oh, that's what I'm here for. Okay. I was trying to remember. I see him up there. Yeah, we needed the Adamantus something. God, now I'm trying to remember who this was for, though, because we needed oil. I think it was for mid.
It looks like we found him.
Hey. That's right. Can't handle me. Hold him. Dodge. And stun, maybe? Nope. There we go. The hard part about facing off against these guys is they tend to block a lot of my attacks that I do whenever they're staggered. Alright, almost dead. Wait, what? What happened? Oh, all right. I thought he was gonna half stagger there, but that sucks. Enemy slay. Not bad. Adamantus shell. That's what I
Get
needed.
these materials to Mid so she can finish her prototype.
Now come over here to Tabor. It looks like we've got a couple of quests. I think one of these is going to be for the Undying. Maybe give a bit of a wrap up for their story.
Welcome, welcome.
Let's see, is it going to be another... the Will of Darkness. And that's it.
Go safely.
They got a lot of stuff in here.
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found a letter from Father?
Yes, I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
Alright, what do you got to say, Father? I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure a future for our duchy and our family. Yet even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of the Blight still looms. And only with all Rosaria striving as one might we at last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through. Such are the obstacles that stand in our way, it shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have the strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an arduous inheritance, so I offer you another. You might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you. Your father.
An inheritance?
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
How did he know?
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, Your Grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor, the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies.
Oh, wow.
With the Blight spreading ever more widely across the Twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
You mean like our mother?
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril. Shall we then?
We shall. First, I'm pretty sure I saw 2 quests in here. She's up there. Yeah, so I think this is going to be a quest specifically for the Undying.
Lord Marquis, if you have a moment.
What is it, Cyril?
One of our brethren lately journeyed across the strait in order to pursue a new avenue of inquiry in our ongoing investigation. He sent an owl some while ago, but we have heard naught from him since.
Was he surveying another fallen ruin?
No. The object of his study was a savior cult that has arisen in Ash in recent years. We believe it may have some connection to the Circle of Malleus.
Who?
An ancient religion that worshipped Ultima as its god. By gaining an understanding of this new faith, we hoped to learn more of the Circle's original beliefs.
And so you sent one of your brothers to Ash? A continent teeming with orcs and Akashic?
Sounds about right.
Fully cognizant of the risks, yes. I entrusted the mission to one of the most able of our order, the Third Chair, a master of the arts of combat and survival both. Though he has been silent for some days now, I have thus far refrained from sending any others in search of him, lest they be lost in turn. Yet, it seemed only right to inform you of the situation, given your unique experience of the perils of Ash. For as you so earnestly advised me, it would not do to abandon a man to his fate, when he might yet be saved.
Well, that's, I mean, both good and bad, I suppose. But yes, we will do it.
It would not. But Ash is a big place. Can you be any more specific?
Perhaps. The last owl I received from him mentioned a village where he had heard the cult were wont to assemble. Mickleburg was its name. It lies in the southern reaches of Waloed. If aught ill befell him, I expect it did so there.
Right. I'll see what I can do.
You are much too kind, my lord. Go then, with my hopes, and may the Firebird's flame ever burn in your heart.
Duty Undying 2. Yeah, it's been really interesting to see Clive's reaction to the Undying and everything they stand for. Because technically they are fighting for him and for Joshua,
This new
but
faith really is an offshoot of the Circle of Malleus, then.
Let's concentrate on finding the Third Chair first, shall we?
here we are at the archives. Who is this? Cyril's guest. There's a lot of stuff to read in here. Guess we'll read this first. Oh my goodness, it's a long letter. Lord Cyril, acolytes stationed across Valisthea reported a curious change in the primeval structures we have come to refer to as monoliths following the fall of Drake's tail and the change in the skies. Allow me to present the preliminary findings of our archaeologians' investigations into those monoliths most near at hand. We were able to visually confirm the activation of the structure in the northern reaches of the Velcroy, but a sandstorm forced our temporary retreat. We will make a second attempt when the wind drops. In Draco's Deep, our team was able to make a direct contact with the monolith. However, no further change was observed upon touching its surface, nor upon dealing it with several stout blows with both fist and blade. Whatever the purpose of its activation, it would appear to be other than that of the defensive echoes we have encountered among previous relics of the Fallen and their predecessors. We shall continue our investigations both of the monoliths proper and of any historical writings that might refer to them. Form your lordship forthwith should they produce any discoveries of note. May the Phoenix's blame burn ever in your heart. Homage, Second Order of Archaeologians. I will say the writings in this game are very long-winded. I noticed that when I was going back over some of the footage. There were several moments where I had to restart because the sentences were just getting so long that I was kind of losing my breath in reading it. First Order of Archaeologians, Dalmekian Wing, 53rd Monthly Report. Item 1. Further discoveries from our acolyte ensconced within the recently displaced mountain dwellers' remote settlement. The diminutive tribe's main village appears to be in receipt of regular deliveries of supplies from Hugo Kupka's Men of the Rock. On inquiring with the locals, it became apparent that they have the deepest respect for the one they call Lord Kupka, but whether he has merely bought their loyalty, or if there is some deeper connection between the tribe and Titan remains unclear. Alright, who is Cyril's guest here? Somebody Clive and Joshua know? Or just some random woman that we've not met?
My lord, your grace. I hardly recognize you.
Who are you?
I am Goditha,
okay.
retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and
I don't
the
know.
Shields.
Why was she pausing for like
Your
5
father,
seconds?
The Archduke Elwyn entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
I say let's do it.
Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see.
Ah.
I do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
What say you, Joshua?
What else?
Alright, well,
Titan's
we're going to
Wake is to
go
the south of here.
take on a griffin.
But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Alright, looks like this is the only thing we have left here. To the Gilded Path. Oh, there he is. Simmer.
There it is.
Sorry, we got this. Whoa, witch's ladder. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh god, my eye is itching. Oh. Crap, hang on. Okay, we're back. How you know it's allergy season? It's when your eye starts itching for no reason. Oh, alright, I thought I blocked that. It's fine. Back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Ooh, didn't even see him coming. Do it again. And pull. Go ahead and do this. Just get my health up. Back up.
Too slow.
I don't think so. Oh. That was close. Stagger. Got this, we got this. Now have a taste of your own medicine. Oh no. What? You all saw that, right? You all saw that, right? You all saw how he came at me, the music suddenly stopped, and then now he has a full HP bar? I'm pissed. Okay, sure. I pressed dodge, but it's fine. This game is actively trying to cheat me, so whatever. Oh my god. Hey, here's an idea. If you have an enemy that moves around so much, maybe don't make the fucking little area where you have to fight, and if you leave that area, it starts the battle over and fills his health up. Maybe don't make it so damn small. Holy shit.
Back.
Oy vey. That has to be one of the most annoying things that has happened in this game. Now, honestly, I have to wonder if anybody else dealt with that, or if that was just something that the game decided to do to me and me alone. Alright, back to Tabor. Alright, you got your damn Hearthstones, take them. I don't want them.
Thank the Founder you were safe. The Griffin is slain then?
And the Hearthstone claimed.
Yes, this radiant luster like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Goditha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith.
Is this gonna give me something that's gonna like give me powers or a new ability or something? Or is this just for
armbands are complete.
I don't know what word I'm looking for.
Take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion.
Sentimentalism.
And the graven vines
That's the word.
encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms, only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Goditha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Put them up my ass.
Keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future. In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us.
You didn't warn us?
I tried to warn your father, but it was too late.
I spoke too
When
soon.
word of the
I'm sorry.
fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
With them stuck on my ass.
You did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the Griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us, for giving my service meaning.
And oh, exit. Well, before I do that, what is this? What? Oh, yes! I haven't actually gone to the abilities yet, or gear yet, but I think this is what I was hoping for. Tired of having to manually adjust your iconic ability sets each time you want to use different abilities? Did you know you can register up to 5 sets of iconic abilities via the Gear tab in the main menu? Well, on this tab, use L1 or R1 to cycle through the sets and customize them as you wish. You cannot edit or change sets while in combat. That's still not great, though, then. I mean, it's nice to have, so if I know that I'm not going into a boss battle, I guess I can have a set ready for, like, how Bahamut and Shiva and Odin's abilities can all sort of do crowd control if I'm going up against a group of enemies. But if I can't change the set that I'm using whenever I'm about to go into a battle against a boss, then it still doesn't feel that useful, unfortunately. So it's part of what I wanted. I wanted the ability to be able to set, get 3 other abilities that I can put in here, so that way I can change them out. But yeah, it's still not that useful since I can't do it in the middle of the battle. All right, the Founder's Grasp. It does give me a little bit more HP, but a little bit less defense. I don't know which one's better, actually, in that sense. I'll go ahead and wear this just because, sentimental value and all that. I guess I'll go ahead and have another set ready, just so If I wanted to use it, I can. I'll have Shiva as the first one, Bahamut is the second, and then Odin is the third. Obviously, Odin needs to have 2 that increase the Zantetsuken gauge, so Gungnir and Heaven's Cloud. Bahamut, I like Impulse, and I like Flare Breath, so we'll have both of those. And then Shiva, yeah, Ice Age and Mesmerize. I don't know when I'll be able to use them, because again, I can't just switch in and out at will. I'll have to try to remember to switch them. Oh well.
The bands suit you well.
Indeed they do.
It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff? Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay Father a visit?
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate.
Yeah, this is just very much a
claim it. For it too
sentimental
is a part
quest.
of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril. Oh. Took the words right out of my mouth, Joshua.
Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Indeed. And then we get up there, and then there's a dragon we have to face, but you have to stay within this little 3x3 box, and if you step slightly out of it, it starts the fight over. It would just be fitting, wouldn't it? So now the question is, do I go deal with that first? I think I'll probably deal with that one first, just because it seems to be the quickest. Lost Wing, I have to talk to Quentin, and then over here is the Undying person. But yeah, we'll come to Hawk's Cry Cliff, pay our respects. Press F in the chat.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. We'll overcome Father's political enemies. That unless... Especially knowing what we know now. When Mother was truly capable. Perhaps these bands would have helped. He was with us. Would have made all the difference. Farewell.
Some words of wisdom while I took out those little Akashic things.
It's just back there.
Oh. Yeah, I remember coming back here before, but there not being anything to do. So that's what this is for.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men. And I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
Yeah.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may.
Oh.
You might watch over us. as we follow in your footsteps.
Is he gonna get a change of attire? Finally? Because nobody has yet. We've literally had the same 2 changes of outfit throughout the entire game. A ghost.
We won't lay you down.
Onward then?
Onward.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
And to a quest complete. Where there's a will, there's experience. A rusted battle helm. Ah, so he's not going to wear it. It's just going to be on the wall of memories, of course. I have to imagine that either... What? Oh. What? But... Huh? Joshua's joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Has that not already been the case? I'm so confused. Like he's been with me this whole time, and now all of a sudden the game's like, hey, by the way, Joshua's with your party now. Well, yeah, he has been for a while. That's so weird. Alright, let's head back to Ash. See if we can find this Undying member that seems to have disappeared. Yeah, I really don't understand, like, why have the ability to change outfits if you only have the 2? You know, either you can buy more, and I haven't seen it because I've not gone to the store yet, or it's something they plan for the DLC, or it's something that we'll get maybe a 3rd one here near the end. But it just feels weird to me that you give us that option, you show us that we can change outfits, and yet we've not had but the 2 the entirety of the game. Also, why didn't anybody tell me I was going the wrong way? Alright, where is this guy?
This be Nickelberg.
Ah. Yes, I do remember this door that we could not enter before. Oh. There are people here. I'm shocked.
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least.
There's something fishy about this. I don't like it. It stinks.
What is going on here?
Ah. Did you, too, heed the call?
Heed the call? No, I came here looking for someone. To be honest, I wasn't sure I'd find him here. Let alone all of you.
Is that so?
What are you doing here? Is this where you live?
You think, Clive?
Tis my home. The others, they heeded the call.
You keep saying that. What do you mean?
They came here to perform the rite, just as King Barnabas instructed.
Ah, okay, so they're crazy.
This village is their altar, where they shall cast their souls upon the gentle waters and give themselves to the Lord.
Give themselves?
Oh, Lord, cleanse us of our sins.
Let us be reborn in your loving arms.
Free us from the torment of this mortal realm.
They want to be saved. Forgive me, but did another foreigner like me come here? He was probably wearing a cowl.
You mean the traveler from Stone? Yes. He's staying at my house, toward the rear of the village.
Thank you. If you don't mind, I'll go and greet him.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least the third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Alright. Before we do that, we'll explore the village. We'll take all of their little treasures. Nothing special there. Something to sell. I'm getting the sense that we're going to walk in there and the third chair is not alive. More than likely. If we open the door and he's sitting in there, like all bloodied up, dead, and the village elder is going to be like, yes, I saved him. Alright, he's in here. Well, he's still alive. Kinda shocked. Read this. The Chronicles of Mirkfar, being a collection of tales, is recounted to His Most Exalted Majesty, Lord Bjornhard of the Veldermark. As you are no doubt aware, Lord Bernhard, there was once a race of men who commanded the most forbidden of forbidden magics. Did you ever hear tell of the executors, those charged with driving out these heretics? The order had its origins in the Crystalline Dominion, by whose ruler's decree it was tasked with the protection of mankind, sent forth to extinguish the forbidden magic wherever rumors of its use might arise. Having in due course succeeded in their mission and driven the utterers of this unutterable from the land, these secretive souls withdrew from the stage of history, never to be heard from again. Another mention of the executors. Third chair? You okay?
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. And so it would appear, are you? Lord Rosfield, if I am not mistaken.
That's right. And you must be the third chair.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety. He sent me to find you.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill. Much less you, my Lord Marquis.
He said that you had failed to report. Is there a reason for that?
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, the more my own faith began to falter. You have seen them at their prayers, have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before. Praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills and reborn in their Saviour's light. Not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes, but so that they might continue to serve him. Serve him with all of their beings. I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but this... 'tis different. It is more.
Where is this going?
And so I would see it through to the end. See these people safe, that they might achieve their dream. That they might do their duty to their Lord. Even if it should keep me from doing my duty to mine.
You do understand what their dream is, don't you?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills and become Akashic. I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, that is the very essence of salvation. Forgive me, my lord, but I must remain here. If you are to return to Master Cyril, I would consider it a great... Did you hear that, my lord? Something is happening.
I'll go and find out what. Stay here.
This can't be good. Yep, not good. They got their wish.
An ether flood. Oh no. There must be something I can do. Echoes as well. Found her.
Alright, I got this.
Ready.
Get over here. No problem. Of course, these people are about to turn, so then I'll have to fight them.
What now?
There's about to just pop up a big enemy. Did it? Oh. It's a fiery big dude.
We meet again.
Titus.
Killed your kind before.
I need to pay attention because... Oh. Yep. Cool. Alrighty then.
That's better. Let's try.
This guy's a little bit more difficult than the ones I faced in the past. He's got that extra little fire attack that follows. Okay. No problem. This could be a problem. Sure enough, that's a problem. Oh. Go ahead and do this. Okay. Oh. That worked out in my favor.
Let's try.
And stagger? Or parry and then stagger. That works. I believe your time is done. Not too shabby. Alright, now time to go kill all the Akashic people that have just turned over there. Oh.
Damn it.
Oh. Why?
Don't you die. Come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation by devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just just as I did. When the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become Akashic in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
Well, time to kill him then. That took a very interesting turn. I wasn't really expecting. Sometime later.
They are saved. Founder. I should get this report to Cyril.
Well, thank you for teleporting me back here. I'm already here. Jeez. Cyril, man died. He's kind of stupid.
Lord Marquis, welcome back. I am glad to see you hale and whole.
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
I thought that was the second time I've heard somebody say bad. I thought it was bade. Very odd.
Thank you, my lord. He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg. I'm sorry that I couldn't save him.
If you could not save him, no one could.
The villagers, they were believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came, and their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree. He wanted to build a world where people could die on their own terms.
A noble ambition. To die for one's cause is the most perfect expression of one's faith. It matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be. Only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for them. For better or worse, that is our creed.
But he didn't die for your creed. He died to save them, and you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe that he believed it was. We of the Undying are not slaves, but willing servants. And this was his will. The ultimate expression of it.
All right. I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty.
I really like
he died serving my house. It's only right that I remember them.
The back and forth
That
here
is my duty.
between Clive and Cyril.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been, and shall ever be, the greatest honor of my life to serve House Rosfield. Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important. I pray with all my heart for your success. And were they here, I have no doubt but that every one of my fallen brothers and sisters would feel the same.
Yeah, there's just this very interesting dichotomy that they're presenting here between Clive and Cyril. Because, I mean, there is some truth. Oh, there's the orichalcum. Yes! I think that means I can finally craft Gotterdammerung. Okay, so that's for the Undying, I suppose. But there is some truth to what Cyril's saying. You know, to be able to choose how you die and to die for a cause you believe in, that does have some merit. But at the same time, if that's all you're really doing is dying for a cause, is it worth it? Because at some point, everybody who dies for that cause will just all die out, and then there will be nobody left to even fight for the cause. So it's kind of there's got to be some middle ground. You know, you have to die for a cause, but you also have to live for that cause too. Because if nobody is living for the cause anymore because everybody died for it, then the cause is going to die too. It's finding that balancing act that I think, you know, Clive is basically trying to tell them, hey, don't go do this dangerous stuff because you could die for it. But that's the one extreme where you're just not going all out for the cause. But Cyril and his group are almost basically going too far to it, where to them, oh, I'm about to die? Cool. I'm okay with that. There has to be some fighting for your own life too. I've really liked, though, how they've handled it and how they've shown both sides of that discussion.